Oh man, this game looks good, but the music isn't the best. Lead Washer, welcome to the chat. Haven't seen you here before. Okay, we are in. A couple dashes, and the first kicks. I think that's a 2-hit combo. That's 4 hits up to a 5. So we see Ceigar's Kazuma with a heavy bit of combo action. Ceigar has been practicing this game, and I did see in the community chat that Ceigar has been discovering tech for this game. So Ceigar is probably one of the forerunners of this tournament. Okay, so that low kick double, it's just a 2-hit and then your opponent can return, but we do see that anti-air connecting. Leadwasher, you remember making people play this game on random game tournaments in one of Lumiahma in the distant past. Yeah, and NINLIA is making us play this now. Actually, the way we source our games from the community is people get to recommend games. It's Ceigar? Probably not, looking at the spelling, but if that's the preferred pronunciation, I can go with Ceigar. Maybe that's easier. It's Kagar. Yeah, it's Kagar there on the fight gate, but it's different on the other view. So I'm just gonna go with Ceigar, or Ceigar, depending. I'll probably mix it up and mess it up. Okay, yeah, okay. And a bit of spamming action there on the screen. Unfortunate for jxzo's Rumi. That mustn't have felt very good. Gotcha, that's how you pronounce it. Thanks, Fraeon, for that. Awesome. So, I'm happy to have people, you know, helping me with my pronunciations. Ceigar. Right, welcome to the chat. Yeah. As easy as these names are, I mean, they come from Japanese video games and then they are translated into English with whatever romanization. The best music, absolutely the best background and the best music. At least it's not terrible howling. And there you have your budget Totoro there. Are there any Gunters in this? Right, and you can go exclamation bracket in the chat to see for yourself. So that'll give you the bracket link and you can see the characters there as well. Kazuma with a confident looking win. So jxzo feeling a little down after that first loss. And Kaga, or Saga, or whatever, whoever is doing a really good job of taking down jxzo's Rumi here. Man, I love that big pooch that's on the far left side and then the middle of the screen. I do like that budget Totoro, the black one. Yeah, okay. That was kinda confident looking. Bit of a storm warning here. That is pooping in your language? Yeah, okay. In my language, it means absolutely nothing. But if it's... yeah, it's probably Sagar, then if it's pooping in your language. Be it as it may, that's the first touchdown. So that's an easy 2-0. That's an easy 2-0. And the fight fight we're gonna see Skidder down and Alwan, so Farword with G down and NINLIA on Alwan battling it out. We should have that coming up in just a second here. That's gonna be the second match of the first round, and then the preliminaries are gonna continue with the matches 3 to 6. So we're gonna have... the first round is gonna be 2 matches, second round is gonna be 4 matches, and then we're gonna see some losers bracket action. Let's see if we have the game coming up here. We should have Farword and NINLIA. Farword is looking to play. NINLIA is... NINLIA is playing as TV-ssä tuttu. So TV-ssä tuttu. You'll see that as seen on TV tag here on Fightgate in just a second. And both players are looking to play, so we should have some action coming your way. Let's hope that the challenge has been sent and we hope to join in on the character select. A little bit of time for me to hydrate while we pick up the game here. Invisible Water, my favorite. We should have the funky jazz music of the player select. G-Dan is OP, I'm sure. I mean, yeah, probably, right? Whoever is OP or whatever the tech might be in a high-end tournament, I'm sure there are differences here, and whatever it is on paper, that's one thing. But then when it comes down to the community pressing buttons, it's a whole nother ballgame. But G-Dan, with some nice aerial tech. Let's see what Alwan has for anti as well. Alwan can jump and throw a projectile, there's that. That didn't connect for whatever reason. That was a surprising result. G done. Jumping a lot, but... That's forward jumping a lot as G done. Usually it's NINLIA style to jump in these games, but forward's G done is so air mobile. We need Carnot's Revenge or Breaker's Revenge extra. We are planning on Carnot's Revenge actually, in reality. And I owe the community a Carnot's Revenge tournament. I've been promising to host one, but I didn't get around to it yet because I was lazy. Don't tell anybody I said that though. I rather prefer excuses instead. But yeah, as soon as I get off my ass, we're gonna play some. Where's the tourney? The tourney is coming up on the Karate Hut or Karate Pirtti Discord whenever I get around to it. What I would like to see is I would like to see at least 6 people sign up for it though. But I will try again on some other day when I'm not feeling as lazy. Sorry, no, not on Discord. We don't have that, but we should get TV-Sattu NINLIA to send you a link to it. When TV-Sattu, as seen on TV, is done with that, I'm sure he will send you an invite. And if you don't get an invite in a while, I will DM you the invite link. So I don't have that bot command set up. Right. A lot of jumping action. And Alvan taking the W here. 6 seconds on the clock and goes up by 1. So very close result. That's what I like to see here in these tournaments. What do you think of my sorcery? Shall we fight against sorcery? Dude is shooting a laser gun and calls it sorcery. Well, be it as it may. Here we have some planetary facts. Hope you all read them. Or planetoid facts. And I see they've built a city on an asteroid. The air is surprisingly blue for being on an asteroid, and I think I can see some trees. So, must be a pretty massive asteroid. Too bad we missed those planetary facts just a second ago. All even here, in the first part of the fight. A throw connecting into a dash into another throw. Tries to go for it again. NINLIA going for the third repeat, but punished. Jumping play working for NINLIA. And that dash into a jump. Extra damage there. Why do some backgrounds look super anime and others realistic? It's because the Rumi's background. Rumi is a mascot character, so she needs to have all sorts of mascots in the background. Other stuff in this game is kinda realistic, but they wanted to have a cool anime girl for the mascot character, so that's Rumi's speciality. And I mean, even here we can see some army recruitments in the background. Be all you can be. That's like a B-movie reference there on the background. I mean, I'm sure the military didn't just misspell BE, you know? So, be all you can be, as in the little insect. You are G done with this game. I'm not sure if I share your sentiment. And the traffic lights are huge, but they are huge cars. The backgrounds and all sorts of things in this game are kind of funky, but I do like the way it scales. Players get a little bit further away from each other, and suddenly, you know, you have some sprite scaling for the background, and that's a pretty rare effect to see in these games. Yeah, okay. And Alvan, NINLIA with the W, 2-0. Next up, I get to try my hand against Mukku. Man, this is gonna be a tough fight, but let's make myself available. And as is the case usually here, when I'm playing, less talking, more fighting, but I get to press some buttons. And that is what you should expect here, me pressing some buttons. I'm not a super confident player in this game. I felt pretty confident in Vampire Savior and I did well. Here, well, we'll just have to see. Challenge has been sent to Mukku. Mukku accepts the challenge. Let's go. I don't think I've discarded as many more Rumi. Yeah, Revolution 310. That's the only planetary fact I was able to pick up. Ouch. I don't wanna get caught out by that anymore. Yeah, okay, that anti-air is too short connect. Mustafa with the hold down and that punch for like 3-4 hits. I don't wanna get caught out by that again. That didn't feel good. Let's try again. Let's do a little bit better here. Let's do some dashing. Yeah, I have down an A too. Let's dash. And down I go. Mustafa with big damage. The cool robot with the depressingly low tier. Oh, by the way, fine step, welcome to the chat. The thing is, the tiers don't really mean that much unless you've played a lot of a game. I mean, all things even, when all the players are really good at the game, then we can look at tiers. But here, pressing buttons, the tiers matter not as much. Ow. That throws up. I am having... Man, I am having serious trouble dealing some damage here. I did get a nice 4-hit combo there previously. 2 and A 3 times and then go for the anti-air, but I have to be really close for that to connect. Ouch. No, no pain. Magic pixel, but I get slapped out of it. KO and I am down. I did pick up some steam there towards the end. Let's see if I can do better in the losers bracket. You didn't know Cyberpunk had a fighting game? Yeah. Cyberpunk 21, right? So, with me, moving to the losers bracket, who do I get to fight next? Loser of 3 goes to fight Farword. G done, yeah, I'm gonna be fighting you, Farword. No, we don't have the Discord command. I will need to ask our recruiter if he allows me to set up a command for that. But hey, Beat Motion, let me just DM you the Discord invite. Just a second. But while we're waiting for the next match, I think I have time for that. There we go. Press a button. Oh, you want the dice to open it? Anyway, yeah, I'll just DM you here. That's gonna be easy. Welcome. You have a DM waiting for you. So that's done. I'm done, but not. Well, I'm down, but I'm not out. I do have another match coming up. But before my fight, we still have 3 more rounds left, or 3 more battles left in the preliminary round. So that's gonna be next. Is gonna be Lumiahma and Fraeon's wife. Lumiahma playing as role, and Fraeon or Fraeon's wife, calling him Fraeon from now on, will be playing as Rumi. So back with the mascot. Let's go. Musafa is cool, but how about Musa Close? Then buns. Yeah, we're getting some puns today. America style. Love it. Yeah, and I was checking up on these characters before we started the tournament. And Rolf here is supposed to be the hero of the galaxy. And Rumi is just a mystery character. But anyway, Rolf is supposed to be one of the good guys. Yeah, look out, that guy has a gun. And then the other person has mittens, right? Maybe that's a genetically engineered cat girl or something, but it's just mittens. It's a dude with a jetpack and a gun versus mittens. How's that for fair? And I wonder whose background is this. I mean, it seems to be a shady alley. Maybe this is Rolf's shady alley. And that guy has a loopable one-frame grab. Infinites are disallowed. I think if you have grabs that can be looped, you can do 2 repetitions and then you have to let the opponent respond. So infinites are punishable by disqualification here. You can feel people are avoiding real hard not to use infinites. Well, there's a rule for it. Infinites are disallowed. So there is a no infinite rule in place. Usually we don't have that rule for community games. This is one of the very few games that has a rule specifically for no infinites. The thing is, I suppose 1 or 2 characters in this game have a really easy to do infinite. Comments on the anime boobs, yeah, gotta love it. But I mean, hey, they have to spend, they have to, you know, they have a budget, right? And you have so much money to give for all the artists. And at the end of the month, you know, when all the art is done, you have some extra, you have to decide where that money goes to. And what better place, you know, than boob physics on the 2D sprites, right? I mean, that's gotta be a fan favorite. This Rumi's background it's something else, man. Let's see if we can get a glimpse of the budget Totoro on the left. And the throws don't work on all characters, yeah. Oh, that's the budget Totoro there in the black. With extra 5 babies in the pocket. Yeah. And I'm sure there's some matchup dependent stuff in this game as well, but I'm not familiar enough with the game to tell you which matchups allow for which movements to connect and what doesn't work. But I wonder how big is the community for this game. I mean, people here seem to be pretty knowledgeable about it. Anyway, Rumi with the W. Let's go. Second Rumi with the darker skin. Is that boiling really a sound effect of Rolf's? Or is it something in the music? The community is literally Gagar or Ceigar. Yeah, at least on Karate Hat. That's the community. He's a pillar of the Galaxy Fight community for sure. And I mean, he's the guy on our community who, on our Discord, who has come up with tech for this game. I actually did find the tech for this game. But I mean, it's not like we play games twice in a season, but we did have a bonus game for this just last weekend where we went for a low score challenge. The idea was to get the lowest score and the longest runtime in a game. So we did that, so all the players who participated in that now know how to avoid damage and how not to hit your opponent. So I'm not sure how useful that is for the tournament, but seems to have worked for Rumi here, taking that first win. Right, back to Planet Iris, with a rotational period of 378 days, almost an Earth year. Wow! Oh yeah, that's Rumi's jump sound, that boing. Yeah. Oh my god. Why did they have to add that? But hey, this music is pumping. And that's pretty high energy. With a bit of an industrial motif to it. Nice. Somebody asked the music artists, you know, give me something high energy. And then they went, well, that's not science fiction enough. And they had to go back to editing. Yeah, okay, nice. Well, nice. I mean, Lumiahma was looking at the clock and got a W by just running down the clock. wasn't really nice of him. Come on now, fight. It says fight on the screen. So what? If Rolf gets a life advantage, with the double jump and the massive aerial mobility, Rolf can just keep away with a life lead, right? Well, let's see. Now Lumiahma is quite a bit ahead. Will he go for the big damage? Or will he start playing it safe? The Galaxy has room for one of us. Or only for one of us. Die. So, Rolf with a life lead. Will he go for the jumping play? 15 seconds of jumping coming your way. Yeah. Come on, Fraeon. Connect with those air attacks. Get him. That's not gonna be enough though. And even that's not gonna be enough. One connection short. As Lumiahma takes a W on a second runaway. So, best not let Lumiahma get a life lead with 20 seconds on the clock unless you're gonna see that. Well, I mean, the character was supposed to be the hero of the galaxy, but suddenly it's just a dude who's jumping away with a jetpack. So how's that heroic? I wouldn't consider it. Be that as it may, a play won. And that's gonna be Lumiahma 2-1 against Fraeon. Next up we are gonna see Universal Quantifier coming in on a bye. And we are gonna see Ceigar returning for their second match. So Universal Quantifier versus Ceigar coming up your way. Is it coming your way? Well, yes it is. As soon as I say well, they accept each other's challenge. Here we go, let's get on with the action. So we should have Yuri versus Kazuma here. We're gonna see a higher class player play Yuri. I suppose Universal Quantifier has an idea what to do with Yuri here. Let's see. And since Yuri is a space pirate, this might even be Yuri's stage. Nobody plays Green Man. Yeah, and it's unfortunate. The Green Man has a really cool sprite. Universal Quantifier struggling perhaps even more than I was struggling against my robot enemy. I mean, down by quite a bit. Is this Hanzo? I mean, it's Hattori Hanzo. It's Hattori Hanzo, and with Japanese steel folded 1,000 times. He's got the best katana in the world. By the way, NINLIA, welcome to the chat. I did invite another member from the chat into our community. I sent a Discord invite link. So we have +1 on the lead worker is joining, so we have +1. So, down goes Kazuma. That's a bit of a turnaround. I mean, just now we saw Universal Quantifier go down with quite a bit disadvantage, and suddenly it's completely turned around. So this is going to be different. Yeah, this Streets of Rage stage would be good, except that it's got these epileptic lights in the background. It's got that huge blinking neon sign that says, what does it say, shadow or something? I mean, the casino sign isn't that bad, but the other blinking signs are kind of terrible. Universal Quantifier in trouble here. Kaka, the community of the pillar of the community, just needs another connection. What are the lyrics of the song? Yeah, Messy Bernie, Tuskis is messing with you. The music, well, there was a radio program in the background and then no music after that. Yeah, there wasn't a song. You're watching without sound? That's not a problem for me. I'll just know not to answer you. But we do have more music here on this stage. Kazuma, fast on those ground moves. Mesipe would appreciate my commentary full of knowledge, unlike Bakatuskis. Yeah, my commentary is sure full of knowledge on these fighting games. That's a known fact. My encyclopedic knowledge of Galaxy Fight surely is shining through by now. Right, and down goes Yuri. Well, Tuskis, you know everything one needs to know about this game. Well, I hope you find some surprises here still. It's a Sons of Fighting game. Probably not the most prolific fighting game developer, but hey, they did good on the graphics, and perhaps they had unique ideas. I mean, they eliminated the walls from the stages. They decided that invisible walls are unrealistic, so they decided to have no walls and just infinitely loop the background, so at least they have unique ideas. Credit where credit is due, my man. Katana spin. Double katana spin. Japanese steel. And a shadow corkscrew ninjutsu technique or whatever. It's a weird character spinning around like that. Beat by 1 and takes a W. Nice W there. Let's not listen to that buzzing beehive sound. So, Universal Quantifier, relegated to losers bracket, will be playing the loser of the next match. The next match is gonna be the first of the preliminary round, or last of the preliminary round of the winners bracket. Then we're gonna go see some losers bracket action, but I'll be streaming every game. So we are going to see Vahvaloac and Kazuma battle NINLIA's Alvan here in the winners bracket, and then we'll take some losers bracket action. Let's see if players are ready. They should be. Vahvaloac and TVstä tuttu, or as seen on TV, NINLIA. Both players are looking to play on Fightcade. Action should be coming up in just a second. Here we go. Challenge sent. Challenge accepted. Let's go. Pick up the action from the character select screen. I hope. Yeah, here we go. Yeah, Alva mentioned sorcery before, so I wonder, might technology and magic in the same game. Cycle of rotation 0.9 for this planet, so in case you needed some planetoid facts from a forgotten science fiction fighting game, there's some for you. Oh, it's Hotel Shadow in the background. Amazing. And Alvan with the aerial bolts. And a nice dash connecting into that heavy kick, or fierce kick. Thing is, in this game, and I think it even says so on the poster, if you do dashing attacks, they're gonna do 1.5 times the regular damage. So the front dashes are kinda important in this game. Misplacement there by Vahvaloac results in a throw. Life's pretty even, it's hard to call it now. Maybe that chip damage was enough. Not enough. Vahvaloac goes in with the attack, gets blocked, and NINLIA has just a little bit more health. Yeah, Mesiburn is correct, this game has 0 walls. And if you're listening closely, in this stage, you can hear some background sounds and some radio or television playing. But the music is super low, and that's not just on my stream. It's more these crowd noises, police car sirens, and just ambient sounds. It's an interesting decision. Makes this stage not as high as some others, but the fight is cool. Quite high, very close. Another timeout. We are seeing, I think that's the 4th timeout we see so far. This time, Vahvaloac has the health, and NINLIA has to push in the last seconds against that block. Well, if we learned something from these past two fights, a life lead is quite a thing. And we are already 20 seconds down, and neither player is on... I mean, Alvan is down maybe a third of health. But the clock is kind of rough in this game if players are not very active. The characters do deal some damage, but many attacks they look kind of easy to block. We were thinking of Batman and Blaster Master. Oh, well, good games there. Before this, though. And a throw connecting. Alvan with a life lead, NINLIA with a life lead. Takes the W. It wasn't a timeout, but we had 2 seconds on the clock. Almost another timeout. And that was Vahvaloac forced to push for damage. What do you think of my sorcery? Yeah, okay. Looks like technology to me, but who am I to argue? Maybe it's a sorcerer. The volume of the planet is 1.0, so what, is this the index planet? So are we calibrating other planets to this? The volume is just 1.0. Are those relative numbers? This game, by the way, and this stage, awful music. But my only other option would be to mute the game, so either it's listen to this or mute the game. So listen to this, we have to. I have no idea why these game developers decide to add howling the stage music, but I mean, a lot of fighting games seem to have at least one stage with just non-stop howling instead of proper music. About the large foreground objects that can block your character in fighting games. Oh well, those foreground objects can be broken when you get hit and you're knocked down. When you're knocked down into the foreground objects, they actually break. So there's some cool in-game stuff going on with them. See that? How awesome is that? Now of course you can still kneel under that broken object. But the thing is, in this game there are as many as you want. You can just go left or right infinitely and there will always be more of those foreground objects. So if you are a fan of that mechanic, well, this is the game for you. Nice 4-hit combo there by NINLIA. Good connection. And taking the W. Have we tried playing Jackie Chan Fists of Fire in these tournaments? Isn't that a new game for the Fightcade 2? Wasn't that just recently added? Because we have not played it. It wasn't in the last season, but it's not gonna be in this program. You've nominated like 2 times. You played it with Mame. Yeah, we're playing on Fightcade. Lord Tuskis, what would make it a good game? And Lumiahma, you've tried as well. Well then, we have 2 people who are willing to play it. I wonder if we have more in the community. I mean, we have like 5-6 people interested in Kano's Revenge. I wonder how many we would have for that. These covers fear your chairman, Jackie. I do love those old school Jackie Chan movies. I mean, the police story movies are great. Police stories are just awesome. I've been challenged. Is it my time to play? Is it really my time to play? It is. Time for me to stop talking and start pressing buttons. Man, I was so vested in chat, I almost lost track of time. It's my time to shine, let's go. How hard can this be? Planet Verasquez, with a revolution of 310. Let's go. Beaten in the air. I get beaten in the air quite solidly. And my anti-air got beaten. Again, I'm sure I did the anti-air in, but maybe it has a startup. I will need to block that in the future. Can't go for an anti-air. Tried it twice, it didn't work twice, maybe I'll learn my lesson, let's go. Ouch. How did that connect? I wonder. Oh, that's that's really rough. I didn't see Farword do that in his previous match. But I see Farword did practice something for his character. Are we out of credits? Well, there's more credits. I did learn about the French community, that they add credits into the game as a form of saying GG. That's interesting. Continuous bling bling sounds. Yeah, okay. And that's a cross-up. I blocked that left. Where should I block it? I am having a hard time with this G-Down. Oh my god. Hey, I made it to 15 seconds on the clock. Maybe I can get a punch in and just dodge. Because this is rough. G stands for Get Her Done. Get Her Done. My anti-air beaten. Jumped. Oh, I should not have jumped there. GG, I am out of this. Oh my god, that was rough. Well thought. So that means Farword gets to continue against Universal Quantifier's Yuri here. I felt like I had more of a chance in my first match. Second impact, Akuma wants that dive kick back. And I mean the whatever ground burst attack G-Down has, blocking it is not super obvious. It crosses up in the weirdest ways. I mean, I blocked it to my front, I blocked it so, you know, facing away from my opponent. I tried to block it towards my opponent, and I just couldn't get it blocked. Hard move to defend against if you let your opponent do that. And I felt like getting on the offensive was better than, you know, staying on the ground. But I would need some more practice to be able to take that down. But that's a matchup for another day, and we'll see if this game ever returns to the these tournaments. But let's get to the action. It's jxzo's second match and Fraeon's second match. So both of these players, we've seen them play before, right?
Round one, fight!
Double roomy action here, by the way. Mirror match. And if you were hoping for stage music, well, no, you get radio and ambient sounds. And if you wanna hear annoying character sounds, well, there's Rumi for you with boyoing sounds. Bunny hops. And a roll with a laugh. Please stop spamming that. No, you will continue spamming that. How long will you spam that, okay? Yeah, okay, this is now just silly. That's a big punch, and what a wind up. That's a huge wind up for that punch. I am dumbstruck by this match. Roomy jump reminds you of Command and Keen games, yeah. And that move, it appears useless. I mean, no player is going to panic when Rumi starts swinging that hand because they have all the time in the world to do damage against it. Down goes jxzo, Fraeon with the first W, but we will have to suffer through another double match. Rumi wins, yeah, we get that. We get that. So, you know, if you feel that this character is cute, I would appreciate any fun art you make.
Here comes a new challenger.
That's the neutral stage and will always happen for the first match. Oh my god, really? So they only go... Oh, there's background tech for the... Well, why do we get it again then? It's a continue. Why are we still on the same planet? But maybe that got selected randomly. But that makes sense, we've seen this quite a few times. I was thinking that this is Yuri's home stage. It looked to be a Yuri stage. It happened again because he didn't press continue in time. Got it. Thanks for the tech tip. Now I know. Press continue in time if you want to hear stage music. If a set keeps going, then it'll always be the loser stage. That makes sense. The punch connected, did you see that? The big punch connected. Also, it didn't do much damage at all. I was expecting it to do huge damage. But, I mean, it was a ballsy move going for the punch. But the output of it was disappointing. I think it was less than the air dash. Definitely less than that big air kick. Less than that sweep. Really low damage. Oh my god, is it random or something? Or maybe it's just a really bad move. Well, I mean, it is a game with a dedicated taunt button. But that was disappointing. It's a hard attack to connect with in the first place. I'm going to drop Rumi down a tier in my mental tier rankings. Did we lose a player? Are you pressing any buttons there, Fraeon? You are, thank you. Press some more buttons, please. jxzo with the W. Let's go, jxzo. Get another. Yes, Canada? Let's go, Room. I have no idea what she says. And that's almost half the health done. So these dash moves and some of these normals for Rumi do quite a bit of damage, if nothing else. The spin is quite safe, but also pretty easy to block. We haven't seen a single punish for that spin, not if it gets blocked, so it's kinda safe. Sweep connecting. And another save spin. Yeah, okay, you can punish it with a spin of your own if you start immediately after. So there, that's the punish tech for it. Right, learned something new today. Wasn't a day that went to waste. And a timeout. We saw Ceigar punish it? Might be. I wasn't paying attention. But in my head, that's the first we saw it punished, so there's that. Beehive's out, let's get rid of that. So, we're gonna see some more Rumi. But not before we see universal quantifiers Yuri and Farword skitter done. I should Google these characters and see what the G stands for G done. Let me rehydrate here a little bit before match number 9. That is going to mark the halfway point of our tournament. We are scheduled to play 18 games and a secret hidden final of game number 19 if necessary. But that's only if the losers bracket winner wins the first final. Then in that case we are gonna see another secret hidden final. But this should be the halfway point of the tournament. And this is the losers bracket match. Farword versus Universal Quantifier. G-Dan versus Yuri.
Round 1, fight!
Into the alley we go. Let's see if Universal Quantifier has a better answer to that airplay than I did. Tries for punish. You had to take a sip of your beer, that's why you was AFK for a second. That's a solid reason, Fraeon. I do appreciate that. Taking a little beer break in the middle of the action, well deserved. I mean, looking at these matches, well, I'm done with my beer today, but I mean, I do get where you're coming from. A universal quantifier with some damage has a life disadvantage. A true drunk gets wasted before the game. A true drunk gets wasted before, during, and after the game. Farword with the timeout win. In timeout win of this tournament. Quite a few of those going around here today. And a dive kick into a ground slide. The air moves definitely to Farword's advantage. That was a kind of hopeful hit though. A slide, an anti-air slide. Well, it was more of a punish slide than a real anti-air slide. Oh, that's an attack? It didn't look like an attack. It just looked like a character ducking in midair. But hey, it was a downward attack. G down with a sliver of health and with 2 seconds has to go in for the attack and goes down 1-1. All even. Could be anybody's game. Oh, man.
Round 3, fight!
It's a silent stage. I've fallen silent. I'm dumbstruck by this game. And I mean, at least there are pretty colors to look at, if nothing else. Definitely not my favorite funny game of this tournament series, but we do have a lot of cool action going. And we've played some good games. This is an anti-last, so if the community likes playing this, I don't mind. That's probably the kindest thing I have to say about this game. The universal quantifier taking the 1-up. So, we need to see how to take down G-down with Yuri, or with Yuri here. Wish it had been me. Army, be all you can be. Goal 4, 2, 2, 2. And then there are daily non-stop money space lines. Yeah, it has to be money space lines. Or Mahi. Has to be an N. Money space lines. If I would have to guess, G-down stage. Oh, but we know it's G-down stage because it's deterministic. It's not random. A single ground punch there as a punishment. G-down not able to do many combos there on the ground. The triple light punch seems to be a bit of tech, but it should be followed up by something more damaging. We haven't seen G-down do a lot of damage on these air connections. Or these ground connections, I mean. A single button seems to be better on the ground, the low kick, better than the triple light punch. Neither player now jumping very much. And now when Farword decides to go for a jump, he almost consistently goes for an immediate time kick. And in that case, the special ground burst didn't come out. Maybe it was cancelled by that punch. There we go, that's the pressure I had problems with. Breaks the cycle and gets punished. But I think Farword was considering that his next cycle of attack might have crossed over to the other side, and he would have gotten punished regardless. Be it as it may, Universal Quantifier moves ahead in the loser's bracket and Farword is relegated out of the tournament. That is match number 9 done, and we are moving into match number 10. That's gonna be Vahvaloac's Kazuma and Fraeon's Rumi. More Rumi action. Are we ready for the said Rumi action. Do we have Vahvaloac and Fraeon both in the lobby? We do, and they have sent and accepted the challenge. So, let's get Rumi into the alley. Now's the time to press a button. There we go. Back to the back alley. Kagouch connecting. No, that's not Kagouch. The anti-A is not Kagouch. And Vahvaloac going for the spinning fist punch. Kinda optimistic there. Spacing wasn't there, and the attack is super not good. Nice bounce into a dash there, connecting midair. Rumi crosses that life gap, now all even. No punish on Kagouch. And a trade to Rumi's advantage. Rumi can just jump away now and take the timeout win. Well, can jump forward as well and still take the timeout win. Throw connecting, and that's a bloody throw. Considering it's kind of a cute character, it's surprisingly bloody when it connects. I mean, it's pretty cartoony, and it is a cartoony game, but then suddenly you get that ground bubbling going on, and it's all sorts of bloody. Vahvaloac with a lot of damage. Anti-air connecting. Hard anti-air to connect. It has so much forward motion on the startup. And Fraeon with the 1-up. Veggies. Planet Cool Jeff, class C2 with a rotation of something. No, Planet Eras. Eras, the howling music stage. I mean, Lord Dulskis, they probably just misspelled air as. I wouldn't be surprised. Yeah, okay, I'm not gonna take that. I am not gonna take that. That's so much better. Yeah, fine. I'll put on the headphones after the fight is done here. But that's not something I am willing to listen to. Oh my god. And a nice connection there. Kazuma fighting back with a sliver of health, unfortunately is low on the clock and has to go for that piece of offense. Taking the 1 and is now on match point to continue fighting on the loser's bracket. See how it goes. Fraeon's way seems to find the better air buttons here consistently. Now goes for the semi-safe round spin attack and jumps quite a bit. Anti-air, even the anti-air special traded with a regular button midair against Rumi. Must feel bad for Vahvaloac, who did a correct read and did a correct anti-air input and still had a trade. Fraeon's way with the confident 2-0 victory here. And we don't have to listen to that anymore. Hopefully not in a while. Let's get those headphones back on. So we are done with these matches on the losers bracket. That's Vahvaloac and Fraeon. That's done. Vahvaloac out of the tournament, and Fraeon is gonna be continuing on. So we are gonna look for the opponents for Fraeon and Universal Quantifier here for the losers bracket. We are going to have the winners quarterfinals coming up. First up we have Ceigar versus Mukku. Good luck. Ceigar is ready. Do I see Mukku ready? I do. So we should have that game coming up, and we do. Let's go. We are going to see the same Musa farm that took me out of the winner's bracket. My money would, however, be on Seigar's Kazuma so far. So Mukku, give it all you got. This is going to be a hard fight. And I think in the law it said that this is a combat robot for some kind of a universal army. So that's the best military tech they have available in this universe. And I mean, well, if nothing else, it is a very active ED-209 looking robot. It's got quadrupedal movement, it's got a shield and all sorts of stuff. It also seems to be running on steam, but hey, it's magic and technology with ninjas. It's a very advanced trash can. Well, it's got big punches. And with that, Mukku takes the first round. Good going. How many hands does that robot have? Or is it just 2 hands with some extra stuff under each arm? And I mean, when Mukku gets the offense going on, when he starts to build up that pressure, he can cycle out quite a few attacks in a very short period of time. It's a very active character, and some of those connections are quite big, as we saw there on the last punch. And the ground spin, oh my god, the ground spin connecting on the second hit. Mukku takes the 1-up. Let's go. I'm gonna try to listen to this. Oh my fucking god, no. It is painful. It's just absolutely painful. Why do they have to have this howl? Let's try to focus on the action instead. Not even so far. How much damage is this? How big is it? Quite big. But I mean, it's a very, well, it's a flashy attack. You would expect it to do just a little bit more than it does. It's the same kind of situation with the Rumi punch. Both are kind of flashy attacks, but they don't do enough damage in my opinion. Yeah, let's go Mukku. It doesn't really translate like that though. We don't have a analog for that in Finnish. Let's go. We don't have a direct translation for that. So if you look that up on Google Translation, it's gonna give you rubbish. The direct translation is tapas kill him. Right. Gagar fighting back. Home stage advantage. So at least we are done with Planet Howling. Oh, it's Tuske's fault, he taught you wrongly. Hey, that's what you get for listening to him. This stage, however, does have a banger for the sound of the piece of music that they have. Bit of an industrial piece. And I mean, this might even predate the Nina stage from Tekken, so maybe Tekken was taking the good ideas from Galaxy Fight, who knows, right? Yeah. That's a better bit of music, as Kazuma flies away into the emptiness, back to space where he came from. That projectile connecting, quite a bit of damage there. And a big anti-air. Any credits. Yeah. I think the operator set it to a nickel instead of a quarter. It wasn't getting much action, so it's a discount game. Kazuma. Ceigar as Kazuma with the big W. Takes the win, and we are gonna see that Musafa in the losers bracket fighting who? Fighting Fraeon's Rumi, so we're gonna see a Musafa Rumi fight, but that's gonna be a little bit later. Before that, we're gonna see NINLIA's Alvan and Lumiahma's Rolf battle it out. I still have a little bit of water left, so let's enjoy that while we're waiting for the fight. Right, all players looking to play. We have 10 people in the lobby, all Finns and 1 American, wondering what the hell is going on. But where is the match? We should have NINLIA and Lumiahma. And that's of course going to be TV-stetuttu or as seen on TV on the Fightcade for all you viewers out there. Game is up, let's pick it up and let's join the action. Funky music, if nothing else. Kinda jazzy to my taste. Round 1, let's go. Oh, Alvan has an anti-air projectile. Didn't see that earlier, but no, at least not many times, but here we know. Now we know. That's gonna be useful against Rolf. Rolf has the air dash or the air double jump, however you prefer to call it. So Rolf might spend quite a bit of time in the air, but NINLIA decides to go for the jump up instead of the anti-air projectile in that situation. And a Dragon Punch. Rolf has a Dragon Punch. How about that anti-air projectile? No? No? No need. I think that's a dash jump and a kick. Pretty good button there. NINLIA takes the first round. Jumps too close for throw though. Oh yeah, the anti-air projectile goes quite vertically. It goes almost directly up, so you have to wait until your opponent is very close on the jump for it to connect. So won't work from half a screen away. Would have worked in that situation though. All these characters are quite talkative. Unfortunately, I do not know what they're saying. Ariverta? Who knows? Rolf with a life advantage. Still with life advantage. 5 seconds on the clock. Goes in for an attack. Should maybe jump away. That's gonna be enough. Not by much, but is going to be enough. 1-1. Neither player making it easy for the other to move into that semi-final spot. It must be something blinker, right? I mean, I would hesitate to call it the damage blinker, but what else might Rolf be saying there? No, it's not damage blinker, it's something blinker though. Okay, so is this gonna be it? Neither player going in for an attack, and we're just gonna see some projectile spam? Well, that's gonna work for NINLIA. NINLIA goes 1 up with that. Looking at the clock there. This game seems to promote somewhat of a passive playstyle. Now we should see a continue, but we are out of credits. Is there a single projectile in this game that can't be ducked? Man. I mean, I don't think I've seen here in this tournament, or even in practice, anybody do a ground projectile or anything of the sort. Both players, when they trade hits, kinda immediately return the favor. Musafar's projectile can't be ducked. It's also a hard projectile to connect with. I think it's the wind up for it is so long that it's pretty easy to see coming. But maybe low profile with some moves? Who knows? Yeah, you're right. I mean, you would have to be a Galaxy Fight Master to answer that question. And I'm sure such a thing exists. Is that enough? Is that fireball enough? Alvan is NINLIA, yes, Mesiburn, you guessed correct. And that projectile at the very end there was enough to swing the life lead. Rolf did have a life advantage before that projectile connected. So, high value projectile there wins the round for NINLIA. A surprise result. Also Mesiburn, I would say that that's a good guess, but it also reads on the screen there. It says Tevesta Tuttu on the left side and Alvan on the same left side, so you can guess from that. Or you know from that NINLIA is playing as Alvan. But yeah, it's a good read if you didn't check that out. Rolf now low on life, down on life, NINLIA on the match point, and with a life advantage 15 seconds on the clock. Lumiahma will have to go for damage, and Lumiahma will have to go for big attacks now. Cannot be passive. Is it gonna be enough? It's not. He had a life advantage there for just a fraction of a second. NINLIA returned the favor and takes the W. You don't even need the names. The jumps per second is clearly NINLIA. Yep. NINLIA prefers jumping in this game. But I think he knows it himself, and will choose characters which allow him to jump, so at least he knows his own playstyle. There's that. NINLIA moving on to face Ceigar in the semi-finals of the winners bracket, but before we get to that semi-final in the winners bracket, we have the losers bracket quarterfinals to fight through. So we have 2 matches there for quarterfinals in the losers bracket. Is that even a quarterfinal? No, because the brackets are kind of weird like that. We are gonna see 2 more fights, then we are gonna see a quarterfinal and a semi-final. So this is just gonna be 2 more matches here. Could you play the other one first? Fraeon, go ahead and add NINLIA. Go ahead and message NINLIA directly. I'm not sure if he's reading the chat. Let me just write that on the fight guide. Yeah, so we have a switch for the game order. That means that we are gonna see Lumiahma's Rolf and Universal Quantifier's Yuri battle it out before we see Mukku and Fraeon. Doesn't make a difference as far as the tournament is considered, it's just the same round. But we have a different match to go and spectate. So that's gonna be Lumiahma on the left, Universal Quantifier on the right. Rolf versus Yuri. Time to press a button. Well done there. And one more button press. There we go. Back to the alleys of Velasquez. I'm trying to read those planetoid facts whenever we are here, but I always kinda get caught up on that orbital period. And I'm unable to remember the rest of the facts. Someday, if we keep playing this, I will memorize those planetoid facts though. We're seeing a little bit more of an active playstyle from Universal Quantifier's Yuri, going for that early offense, going for fast attacks, and crossing that gap, narrowing down that distance. This is a more active fight, and this is definitely a preferred playstyle. I mean, it's gonna be close on the timer regardless. But that's just due to the defensive kill of these players. I think this was a more fun match to spectate. And very much a more active playstyle from both players. Let's hope that we see some more quick action here in the second round. Let's hope neither player is too passive going on. Those air jumps, as you see, are quite long. Especially if you do a forward dash and jump. You can move a surprising distance on the board. And even those anti-airs, they do kind of send you forward a lot in this game. So a heavy emphasis on mobility with Yuri's dash connecting. Universal quantifier, up by 1. Shekram, welcome to the chat. We are here in the well, we are in the losers bracket, but we are in the later stages of the tournament. Next up we are gonna have the quarterfinals and losers semi-finals, and then we are going to see some finals action. The hypest music in the game. Right, that's anti-air spam. But as soon as Lumiahma jumps close with Rolf, gets punished by the throw. And I think that the rolling projectile from Rolf is also a very low attack, probably cannot be ducked under. Right, Universal Quantifier on a match point. Fighting to stay in the tournament. Lumiahma in trouble. 2-hit connection, followed up by that big anti-air. Immediately goes into a dash, but didn't press a button there. And a cross up by Universal Quantifier, but no connection either. Hey, the projectile connects. The high projectile connects. But Rolf has the low version available as well. And some Shoto style gameplay here. Keep away with fireballs, and when the opponent comes close, do a dragon punch. Well, if it works. That change of pace gives Lumiahma the round. That's a smug looking fighting game character. Oh man, that's a smug looking guy. I mean, this guy... I mean, he is probably a self-acclaimed hero. It says in his bio that he's a universal hero, but I think that's just his own opinion of himself. Look at that smugness. Dash cancelled. Into that big combo. I think that's at least 1 hit landing and then 3 in the ground. The man looks like a first generation Lego astronaut. Yeah, but the first generation Lego astronaut has an honest smile. Rolf, on the other hand, doesn't. But that is the last we are gonna see of that role. Yuri taking the W, staying in the tournament. So that's gonna decide. I mean, that's gonna decide the quarterfinalist. Universal Quantifier is moving to losers quarterfinal. It means that we are gonna see his opponent come up right now. This is gonna be Mukku versus Fraeon. The winner is gonna play against Universal Quantifier. You're sure everybody knows this game is punk. I mean, I'm sure we don't need to smack talk this game more than we already have. Yeah, okay. Let's go, Mukku. Punish that. Punish that, Rumi. We've seen enough of Rumi in this tournament. And another of those useless projectiles. It's not the best projectile in the game, I have to say. There, a connection on the projectile. As soon as I said it's useless. A nice connection. And a throw followed up by the anti-air attack for extra damage. Nice play by Mukku there. Sacraments, you have been making some HR upgrades in Monster Hunter. Yeah, you are right. And I've been doing my... on Generations Ultimate I've been doing 8 stars. And then on Freedom Ultimate as well. But it's gonna be next Friday. Rise, so it's gonna be back to low rank. Ceigar, you think this is an unironically good game? Hey, I'm happy you appreciate it. And I see that there is a wide variety of opinion. There in the community. So there are games which I like, and for example, I did enjoy the Samurai Showdown 5 special that we played quite a bit. But I know some people really hated that. It's not a Kusuke? Really? Is it not? Okay, so you think it's a legit solid game with some depth to it. And it might be. I mean, the amount that we've played this game in the community. I'm sure that there is some hidden depth to this game. You pick but we win. So, we saw Greenman's smart dialogue there. And I mean, a lot of these fighting games do have things going for them. So, I might understand why people enjoy this or that game. You got excited for a bit? Yep. Yeah, we're not gonna see the Greenman play though. You'll have to play the game for yourself to see how fun it is. Roomy with the spin attacks connecting. Oh my lord. Come on, Mukku, do it. And I mean, I have absolutely nothing against Fraeon, but watching more Roomy action here, I kinda hope Musafa gets that robot punch going. Let's not eat any more of those rolls though. Yeah, okay. The projectile is not an answer to the roll. That's what we've learned so far. Time out. Roomy with the W. More Roomy action coming your way. Mukku is the best player. We'll see if Mukku is the best player. Mukku is in the loser's bracket though. That roll is extremely punishable on block. All characters can just guard cancel in the forward dash. And then do basically anything to punish. Yeah, we saw that, and we did see a forward dash as punishment for that roll. But not every player is doing it. The timing is rather strict. If you are late on your... If you don't cancel, or if you are late on your forward dash, you're not gonna connect. But we did see some punishes on it. The roll isn't as safe as Mukku makes it look. That's for sure. Oh, got the block after the projectile there. So the projectile, even though it has a bit of a wind up, it doesn't have much of a cooldown. And Musafa going for the match point with that timeout win. And check from Rise is going to be epic. I saw some Japanese company actually gave the Friday off to its employees because everybody was taking off holidays for Rise. But it's gonna be epic. So, can Mukku take it, or will this go to the distance? And we have to watch a tiebreaker here. Roomy does have a life advantage, and there are 17 seconds on the clock. So I think Fraeon knows this and will be playing a bit of a defensive game from here on out. Mukku will have to take the offensive role here. That's not enough damage. And Roomy takes it. It's 1-1. You won't be playing it much. No switch or no time. Right, to the blood fuck, here we go, with the good music. This stage has nice industrial music to it. Oh, you just played the PSP. The first, second and third generations, got it. Musafa is low on life again. The early fight wasn't very good. Yeah, the early fight wasn't really good for Mukku. And now Rumi has a life advantage and is able to play keep away. The punch is not gonna be enough. And as that crossover gets blocked, suddenly it's now Fraeon's Y playing as Rumi on the match point. Will we have a Rumi in the losers semis? Or losers quarters? Projectile connecting. Mukku with a tiny life lead. And a nice set of blocking there. Connecting with the sweep. A bit of a playstyle change for Mukku. Now playing very defensive, not throwing out much offense, going for those counter hits. Gets the throw and gets the follow-up on the throw. That's gonna be a significant life lead. Let's see if that holds up with these last 12 seconds on the clock. Rumi connects with the throw. Both players now even on health. Next pick attack is gonna decide. Which is gonna be... It's Rumi! It's Rumi! That's enough for Fraeon to take a W. Unfortunately, Mukku didn't find the punish for that role. He had some opportunities there. Yeah, I mean, there were opportunities to punish, but Mukku didn't find the punishment for the role, and Fraeon was able to keep the distance with the role. It was kinda undeservedly safe, let's put it that way. But that drops Mukku out of the tournament, and it keeps Fraeon in. So now we are gonna go for the losers quarterfinals, followed up by the losers semis, and then, well, we might even call this the losers finals. So these would be the losers semis and losers finals coming up, right? Depending on how you read the brackets. But we are gonna see 2 more matches here. In the losers bracket, 1 more in the winners, and then we are gonna have our grand finals coming up. Ceigar there is a /S there. Behind Tuskis's comment, it's just invisible. I don't think he meant that on with a serious face. There's a bit of a... That's going on there. I think it's that's just straight up sarcasm. Let me sit up straight here for the coming up match. And let me stretch a little bit here before we see Fraeon and Universal Quantifier battle it out. Fraeon's Y, Universal Quantifier. Rumi versus Yuri. Cat fight. In the background sounds in this stage, in the ambient, we can actually hear the Musafa's attack move sounds. Maybe there's a low reason for that. And Yuri with the big damage. Playing keep away? Nope. Going for the punish, and there we see the proper way to punish the roll. Forward dash and do a reaching attack. I don't think Fraeon will be able to go for many rolls in this fight. Universal Quantifier does know the punish. We saw a clear indication of that. Jump so far seems surprisingly safe, as I see a player says the caster seeing a player get punished by a jumping, but still, not a lot of these jumpings get punished. Anti-air moves in this game, not the best. Yuri, taking some boxing hits from Roman. But the connection is there, and the counterplay is enough. Universal Quantifier takes the one up.
Julie wins.
We need to insert a credit here. The default game state that this game loads only has the one credit, and players will have to press the add credit button. There we go. But I think players should know this by now. But in case everybody's wondering at home, what's the deal? Well, you have to press the credit button before you press the start button. How's that for amazing tech? But let's get to the action. Yuri special connecting as a punish. That triple kick is just a 2-3-6 punch, or 2-3-6 kick. Basically 2-3-6 and attack button. Yuri. A roll, immediately punished. Fraeon didn't let go of that habit of rolling. But we saw at the end of last round, we saw at the end of last fight that Universal Quantifier has a punish and still hasn't forgotten it. So Fraeon should avoid that roll, unless it's imminently obvious it's gonna connect. Perhaps you can combo with those low punches. Big punch. Not connecting, but no punish either. Universal Quantifier with the life lead. Will not stand back, will go in for the offense. 5 seconds on the clock, now 4. Will win this by blocking. Fraeon is dropped out. Rumi has a good dash B poke. I believe when you say it. I'm sure you know what you are talking about, my friend. Shame we are not seeing it at all. Not everybody is super knowledgeable about this game, but we did see some. Well, we did see quite a bit of Rumi action. At least there was that. Perhaps not the move you were waiting for, but we saw a lot of room. But that's the last Rumi out of the tournament, so we are going to have Ceigar and NINLIA battle it out. That's gonna be the winners semifinals. So winners semis, losers finals coming up, and then we're gonna see the grand finals. So moving on to the last part of the tournament. Let's go. NINLIA, do your best. Get that trophy. What are we waiting for? Ha, Ceigar, both in chat, so let's go. Both players should be here. All you need to do is right click your opponent and go challenge. That's what you need to do. So let's see. Right click and left click on challenge. Gonna cut on 3, 2, 1. No? Yes. Awesome timing. Fraeon, he was expecting to go 0-2, honestly. Oh, well, good play. Good play. I expected to go 2-0, but hey, there's the breaks. It's a kind of a self-fulfilling prophecy. If you expect to be awesome, you're gonna do awesome. If you expect to be rubbish, if you expect yourself to be rubbish, you're gonna do rubbish. So I think I should change my mindset for the coming tournaments, and I'm just gonna, from the get-go, I'm just gonna go and say, I'm gonna win this. I'm gonna win this. And then see how far that carries me. But let's get to the action. Ceigar Skasuva versus TV-ssä tuttu As Seen on TV NINLIAs Alvan. Ceigar with the pressure. Well, that's way to keep a life lead. NINLIA will have to press a button, but that's the wrong button to press. That's a bit of practice pressure right there. That wasn't a spur of the moment kind of an attack. That was definitely something. Is that legal? Why not? It's not an infinite. It's not like we have many rules. It's just no infinites, and seeing a player press buttons against a block surely must be allowed. Because if we disallow people pressing buttons against a block, then you know what are we gonna do? Also disallow blocking. More of that. Perhaps that is the proper way to play Kazuma? Who knows? And a throw mix-up into it. If that's technically a block infinite, then it could count. But yeah, but we've seen no evidence that it's a block infinite. I think after the third hit, there's a significant break before the repeat. So if you have a fast move, maybe you can come out of that. Maybe we can card cancel out of it.
Round one, fight!
Ceigar did mention something about card cancels, yes he did. Maybe that's Ceigar's way of teaching the card cancel to his opponent. But we are not gonna see it now. NINLIA has the life lead. Won't be able to hang on to it for 20 seconds without pressing some buttons though, so we'll have to do some damage. Or at least attempt to. Now Kazuma with the lead. Things have changed. Suddenly. And the anti-air didn't connect. Alvan turned red. I wonder what happened there. What was that? Maybe the hit connected on the last second there of the match. And the damage animation started. The character started flashing, but the time ran out. Maybe that's what happened. That's just my theory so far. Mysterious are the ways of Galaxy Fight. You went red before too, so maybe it's a mode. Maybe it's something that the character has. Man, I should read up on my Mad Alvan tech. You think it's a power-up? Might be, but, well, there's no meter associated to it. If it's tied to a life meter, then okay, but we haven't seen it very often. That hit is gonna be enough. I think it's gonna be enough. Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. NINLIA was behind on life and got the last second connection there. That's the second time we've seen something similar happen in this tournament where the life lead is decided on the last second. These matches seem to go the distance. Seems to be a repeating pattern in this game. Spinning dive kick connects. NINLIA in trouble. Trading with that anti-air. Kazuma's anti-air seems to be kind of rubbish. And NINLIA anticipating the jumping. Kazuma not in the air. And in Alvan goes down. Right. Ceigar takes a W. NINLIA will have to face Universal Quantifier. Ceigar moves to the finals. Let's see if we have the losers final starting in just a second here. We should. NINLIA's Alvan. Universal Quantifiers. Yuri. You can card cancel backdash out of that at any time. Yeah, I wasn't expecting that to be infinite. NINLIA just didn't find the guard cancel backdash. But I was correct, so you can punish the pressure if you time it correctly, because I was thinking that there is a slight window after the third hit where you can do a counter attack. Because the backdash invulnerable will dodge your round attack, okay. Lord Tusk is with the minions on the free card cancels. These players both intimately familiar with each other on the fighting game scene. I've played with both of these players back when we were still doing offline stuff, and I've seen these players battle it out on many a game, so maybe they are... I mean, it might be a grudge match, but I can't recall who won the last time these two players played. But the thing is, these players have played each other multiple times in the past. So it'll come down to who picks up the game better, I should say, and who can bring something new to the matchup, because this matchup is super familiar for both players. Universal Quantifier has the round advantage and a bit of a life advantage in these last 15 seconds. NINLIA in the air gets knocked out, and that's gonna be the first match for Universal Quantifier.
Time up. Julie wins. Round one, fight!
Come on, NINLIA, do your best here and make this a 1-1. Show us you can hang in there. Punch into a throw. And now those projectiles in the air, thrown so late that they connect in the ground. And that's a good bit of Alban tech right there. But NINLIA has to be pretty tight on that timing. Down by life. Not by much though, maybe that changes things. That changes things. It's gonna be NINLIA's round. Not anymore. Last second turnaround. And that is Universal Quantifier's round by that throw. NINLIA did have the life advantage when we had 1 second on the clock. And the throw was just enough to bring Universal Quantifier to the match point. Universal Quantifier wants to take the 2-0 victory here. Looks very possible. NINLIA getting close. Unpunched, no punish. No splash on that projectile. Is that gonna beat? Too close to call. NINLIA takes it. Another last hit swing there. As NINLIA is not dropped out of the tournament. Universal Quantifier with another match point. Let's see if NINLIA can tie this series. Let's go. NINLIA will have to decide on the vertical projectile and the horizontal projectile and the diagonal projectile in those situations. Bit of a mind game there, which projectile to choose. Goes for that bit of offense, is punished. No, finally, Arriverto. Connecting. Five seconds and Universal Quantifier is going to be crowned our finalist. That throw is not enough. As Universal Quantifier takes another timeout win. NINLIA is dropped out of the tournament, comes third place. With that, our finalists are Ceigar's Kazuma and Universal Quantifier's Yuri. So let's have a vote here. Who do you think will be our grand finalists winner? Does this game have non-timeout wins? Sometimes, not often. But at least the timeout wins are super close. But yeah, we've seen a lot of timeouts here. And I mean, it would be maybe better to vote for, are we gonna see a timeout win in the finals? But you can use your channel points to vote for either Ceigar or Universal Quantifier and see who is gonna be our grand finals winners. Now the thing is, we are on double elimination. We are now voting for the final result here, okay? So if it happens that Universal Quantifier wins now, he'll have to win again against Ceigar. But we are gonna see the first match here. If Ceigar wins 2-0 or 2-1, that's it. If Universal Quantifier takes it, it's gonna be a bracket reset and we are gonna continue for a second hidden grand final. But it's finals time, let's go. Also, Pjoxt, welcome to the chat. I don't think I've seen you here before. Happy to have you on board.
Round one, fight!
Let's see if we get another timeout. With that blocking, surely. Mukku too slow. Oh, unfortunate. One more hit for the first round to go to Ceigar or Ceigar. Each knows. Yeah, Ceigar takes the first round. Universal Quantifier will have another chance to redeem himself.
Round two, fight!
Ceigar. Man, people have opinions on how to pronounce that name, but that's the way I've chosen to do it. Mukku, you think I closed the vote at the same second you pressed vote? I set it up for a minute, so I don't manually close it. I just put it up for a minute. Maybe we can go for 2 minutes next time, so that the slower viewers also have a chance to join in on the fun. Another timeout win. But it's Ceigar's timeout win, so 1-up, going for that match point. This might be it. 2 more rounds stand in Kazuma's way. And the grand finals prize. First combo connecting. Followed up by the round exchange of hits. Yuri with a life advantage. 21 seconds. We are gonna see a kill here, right? Yes, we are. Universal Quantifier fighting back. Doesn't wanna go to that match point.
Julie wins. Round two, fight!
Can Universal Quantifier get another? We will see Kazuma pressure here. That all remains to be seen. Very even there on the life exchanges. This is gonna hurt. Not as much damage as you would expect, but it's still a flashy move. That throw is enough. Match point. One more and Ceigar is our grand finals winner. Our champion. Universal Quantifier will have to win 3 more rounds to reset the back. First hit for Universal Quantifier. There's no extra points in this game for first hit. I kinda wish there was. I like that mechanic. But it doesn't have to be Mortal Kombat 11 style where you get all sorts of points and currencies when you do a hit. I just like it when it's just first hit. That throw, not enough to finish it. But there are only 5 seconds on the clock. Ceigar has a life advantage. That's gonna be enough. But not enough if the hits connect. And I think that was the closest we've seen so far, with 0 seconds on the clock. Universal Quantifier jumping in, getting that combo. Maybe the one punch wouldn't have been enough, but he had it just enough for 2 hits. And with that W, it's now 1-1. Are we looking at a bracket reset? It all remains to be seen. Nice cross up there. No combo, that spin. That could have connected. Maybe Kazuma was too far. And an important punish there on the jump. Universal Quantifier, low time, low life, has to jump in and is punished by the projectile. Ceigar with a match point. An important throw connecting. Jumping in. With that life lead. Trading hits, definitely an option. Ceigar is looking strong. Yeah. I think it's spelled strong. With a K. Not enough for Yuri, but the next connection might be. And there you have it. Ceigar, Ceigar, however you wanna pronounce it, is our grand finalist and our grand finals winner. Universal Quantifier comes second, and let me close the vote here.